Good afternoon, welcome to the Market Wrap for APW weekend in 19th of March 2021. Stuart Williamson here at the helm. Firstly, thank you very much for subscribing last week and liking. We're up to 1,000 views, which is fantastic. If you can do the same this week, that's wonderful. If you don't think it's worth it, then don't. It's your choice. Okay, this week we're going to talk about a follow-on really from what we discussed last week, which was about the budget and the effect it's going to have on the UK residential property market, i.e. Zoopla, Knight Frank, Savills, those sort of people saying they could see up to 28% growth in the market because of the stimulation that the UK government has brought in. So 28% potential growth. That's not going to happen everywhere. So let's break down where it's most likely to happen and where it's most likely for us as buy-to-let investors to jump in and try and make some money. Just to put this in context, a year ago today, the Bank of England said it expected house prices to fall by 16% in the UK over the next year. They're actually 21% wrong. It went up by nearly 5%. Why is that? Human nature, sentiment. I've had enough. I don't want any more. I want to get out. I want things to be different. And that is what's changed this coming year. This year just gone. People have just said, I've had enough of waiting for the referendum results. I've had enough of waiting for Brexit results. I've had enough of waiting for COVID. I don't want to live in a box anymore. I don't want to live in a place I only live in because of work. Let's change. And that's what people have done, which is brilliant. You know, we've embraced it, certainly at APW, and personally, I spend a lot more time with my family. I'm not sure if they enjoy it, but I certainly do. So let's just have a quick look then what we've got. The Economic Statistics Centre for Excellence, obviously a made-up name, said that 700,000 people left the capital last year, equivalent to 8% of the population. So 8% of people left London. So where did they go? They went to the regions. Because why? Because you get a lot more value for money. The quote is, lower house prices to income ratios leave more capacity for price growth. Okay, so basically, if you're paying less for a house and you've got a good disposable income, you can get a better mortgage next time. You can trade up when you want. Secondly, people want more space, and they do. Lifestyle changes. Finally, levelling out. The government's trying to level out the UK, so it's not just London. You know, it's got the gross domestic product of Russia. It's not just that area, it's the whole of the UK that's benefiting from house price gains. Hence people, BBC going to Salford, Channel 4 going to Leeds, Lords going to York, if that ever happens. So let's look at around the regions. Now Liverpool's average house price is £127,000, cheapest in the country. According to Zoopla, it's not necessarily a good thing. Buying cheap doesn't mean you get best. So consequently, you need to be very careful there. There are some great infrastructure projects going up. There's the new Royal Hospital. That's got a lot of buy-to-lets going on around it. You've got the new Liverpool 2 container port. That'll be a big thing. And so we've been doing work out at L13. We've got a three-bed house out there for £100,000 we've just done for 8% yield. On the other end of the spectrum, in the centre of the docks area, we've got Tobacco Wharf, £250,000 for a UNESCO-listed building, 8 million bricks. You can see it from the moon. Amazing quality, fantastic luxury. Just down the road from New Everton Stadium as well, if that's what you like. Manchester's gone through a bit of a quiet phase. From Salford Quays up to about 2018, it did really well. Then there's a lot of overbuilding, a lot of shoeboxes in the sky going up, a lot of overpricing, and there is still a lot of that there now, so buyer beware. But there is some quality still there, and if you go out into the fringes, places like Sale, Stockport, Rochdale, you can get some good value stuff. Bolton specifically, they're just putting up a new Asda and a new Aldi supermarket distribution centres, which is a direct result of COVID. So it's doing really well because of COVID. And these are things to think about. You know, Manchester's got 32% rental stock in all of it. So 100%, 32% of that is rental stock, which means you get very little voids because people move out and move in very quickly. But that's very good. But also you need to think about not just that, where are my people who are renting going to come from? And that Aldi Asda experience there is very important because it says that you need to look for, Aldi and Amazon, you need to look for people who are going to want to rent your place, which is what takes us on to Nottingham very well. Nottingham, 12 of the top 20 employers are state-sponsored. 2 big teaching hospitals, 2 big unis, police force, and so on and so forth. That means they're going to still be there post-COVID. So it means it's a very good location to buy. In addition, population is expected to expand by 11.9% by 2040. Why is that? Because it's like a garden city. It's quite small, it's very green, very well connected. Mansfield, quite an interesting location, just north of Nottingham. Rental increases went up by 7.5% last month there. That's amazing because it's well connected and it's very green. That's what people like. So buying in Nottingham, you can go down as far as the Meadows, which is on Trent Bridge, and you can get £170,000 two-bed terrace houses with a yield of 7%. That's pretty good. In the centre of town, we're doing stuff in Carlton, which is £140,000, 8 minutes to the city centre. Again, 6% yield. Looking at Leicester, the best locations we have found to buy there are Clarendon Park, Wigton and Oadby. You can get houses there for £150,000 with an 8% yield. So again, do your research, look into it. It's not difficult. We can help you with that. Finally, on to Leeds. Leeds is the second biggest financial services centre after London in the UK. In 2020, it had the highest rate of private sector jobs growth at 6.1%. As I said, Channel 4 has just moved up there, so that's pretty hot. Overall, it's a very cheap, high employment location with the third highest after Scotland and London stay on of students. So it's a very young, vibrant place, well known as a startup hub. You can get good quality there. We've just done a flat for two bedrooms, brand new, with a tenant rather, but very close to being new in the city centre for £160,000. At the same time, we've done out at Elland, an £80,000 3-bed terrace. So there's all sorts there for you to choose from. And that's what it's important about. Don't just be fixed on this, buy a new flat, or buy a new this, or buy a new that. Think of below market value. Think of turnkey, what's out there you can just buy and rent out yourself. And think of the new stuff. Because it's a cross-section. We need to make sure you're taking care of all of them, make sure you're getting a good deal. So that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Please do subscribe and like if you can. And take care. I'll see you again next week, hopefully. Bye-bye.